In this case, if we look at the domain, if I want to consider it in words, I notice here that I'm going from -3 on my x all the way up to +3. So my domain in words would be from -3 to 3. On a number line, I would show that as well. Oops. Here. So I draw my number line, and I make sure I at least have -3 to 3 on there. And I went a little bit further. So if I was going to shade this here, I know that my graph does definitely start at -3, definitely ends at 3, and it's all points in between. So we make sure we highlight that. So that will be on a number line. Using interval notation, our graph again goes from -3 to 3, and -3 and 3 are definite endpoints that the graph does reach. So we would use square-ended brackets for that. And for set notation, we have to say that x is going to be greater than -3, but less than 3, including those values. So this is just a way of saying x is between -3 and +3 included. We want to then consider our range. So now we're going to look at our y-axis and what area this graph covers. And this graph goes from -3 up to 3. So in words, if I want to talk about my range, it goes from -3 to 3. So our number line, interval, and set notation are going to be very similar. The only difference in our set notation is that we're going to be using the variable y instead of x because we are talking about range. So the number line again, we would just draw a line, making sure we have at least -3 to 3 on there. And when I do my shading here, I make sure that those points are shaded with a solid dot because those points are included. Okay, and there's my range represented on a number line. My interval notation, again, would go from -3 to 3 with square brackets because those points are definitely included. And my set notation then would just describe y, so that it's going to be between -3 and 3.